Alright, welcome back, guys. We are in my extremely dirty, cluttered home shed and smoky because I got the wood stove going. In this video we're going to talk about the aftermath of the trip to Greenland. Hopefully the first of many trips to Greenland. And I'm going to tell you about what happened. So in the video you saw, first off, I ran into a tree. So now my hood doesn't line up to nothing. And that's because that's all bent. I actually ran into two trees. Heck, yeah, you can see that. My bar on the front used to be straight, and then now it's bent. That tree I didn't have my camera on for. That was just a big tree hiding behind a small tree. Yeah. So we're gonna fix my hood, make it all line up again. It's gonna be nice. I busted my nose piece. That kind of sucks. Another thing, oh, you can notice right here, my handle is inside of my hood because the little loop that it goes through busted off. And I honestly don't know where it is. It's in there somewhere, I think. Probably because I have this loop with a hose clamp on it, that in case my nut for my handle comes apart, that will catch it from going inside the case. But sometimes I forget that this is on there and it catches on the loop. So we're gonna have to fix that because it just does that. Another thing, I broke my seat off. And I actually bent it pretty bad. Yeah, as you can see, mounting it on that plastic didn't work very well after you ride it for 3 days. Also, it bent the mounts back here, which is actually fine. I'm going to rebuild this out of aluminum so it looks a little better. And I'm going to make it, you know, straight on instead of coming back, because then it's just all leverage. And I'll put another support in the front. And I'm also going to have to make a front support for my 600. So also in the video you saw my handlebars stopped holding, and they're starting to have a lot of play in it. So the bottom loop that holds the steering column to the front of the tunnel, actually a bolt came out of it and it bent off, and it was pretty bad. So I'm actually going to pull the whole engine so I can get to it and I can fix it 100%. Alright, now that we got the engine out, I can show you guys what was going on with my steering. See, this whole bracket is loose. I don't know if you can see that. I don't have very good light down there. But so that bolt actually came out on me the second day up there. And yeah, that was no fun because this would just randomly move all over the place. So now that I've got the engine out, I'm gonna reinforce this collar and then clean those bolts up and everything, maybe get new ones, they're a little rough looking, and Loctite them in there or come up with some way to keep them in there, and just come up with some way so that even if a bolt comes out, this collar won't bend, because that's what happened to me. It bent out. This piece just went way over here. And then so my steering wouldn't do anything. It was quite annoying. Alright, so I've got this little steering bracket out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this piece of 1x2 that we have here at the shop, and I'm going to cut it to fit over top of this. Kind of make this a box. It'll be a whole rectangle when I get done. And then just drill 2 holes in the top of that for the bolts to go through. and red Loctite them and then put them in, and that's going to make that a lot stronger. So hopefully even if a bolt comes out on me again, it won't be able to just bend itself all around like it did up north. Alright, so we got this piece done. Came out pretty good. The 1-inch tubing is just a hair wider, but you can grind it down smooth and it comes out alright. And the little plastic bushings still fit right inside of it. So now all I gotta do is drill the holes, and I'm gonna throw a coat of paint on it, and we'll slap it back on the sled. Okay, so I've got the holes drilled in that, and it's getting painted, so let's move on to the next part of the steering fixes, which is changing these handlebars. I found these bad boys up at Lost Vikings, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut my riser off down here somewhere. Weld the plate on. I have the mounting clamps for that, and we'll mount it just like the 600 is. And that'll give me a little wider handlebars, and I can get a little more leverage, because that was kind of an issue with this. But I couldn't really turn it very hard anyways because that was all messed up. But that's going to be stronger now, so now I can get a little more leverage. So let's get to it. Okay, so I have my new steering brace in there. It's kind of dark in here. Okay, so I have my new steering brace in here. Try to do this so it doesn't blind you. But, yeah, it's looking pretty good. A lot stronger than the original one, I think. And I'm not worried about the clearance. There's plenty of room in there. I mean, the hardest part about fixing that is getting your hand in there. So I've got it in there now, and I red Loctited it, and it's got lock washers on it. So hopefully it will never come out without me taking it out. And while I was waiting for the paint to dry on that, I shortened my handlebar riser and actually put the top on it. This was all one piece before. But yeah, and while doing this, I realized how not square or anything these handlebars are. So I'm not actually going to be using these. That's why I didn't put the grips back on. But they allowed me to get my riser built, so that's fine. I'm gonna probably order a new pair. Alright, so doing the seat now. I already got started, kind of figured out what I'm gonna do. We gotta build this a lot stronger because obviously I just broke it. It just ripped the bolts right, broke the screw. Screw's broken off right there. So yeah, I need 2 sets of legs now. So I'm not relying on that little plastic cover, because that doesn't work very good. So I've got 2 pieces of angle iron, kind of on these 2 flat spots that I found. And then I have tubing to go from this to, I'm doing this through a camera, that's weird, to these that'll be on the edge of the tunnel. And hopefully it'll be a lot stronger than the last one, and I won't have any problems with this. Alright, so I just got that done. Would have been quicker, but I had to build this little jig here. To build that, make sure it was the right width for the sled, because I didn't bring the sled over with me. But yeah, and then I melted it into my little mounting pads, so that wasn't the brightest. But try and get it on here. Yeah, that should work all right. Now all I gotta do is clean it up a little bit and throw some paint on it, and we'll mount it on the sled. Alright guys, so there we go. I got it mounted back on the sled, and it's a lot sturdier now. I think I could still probably break the seat off because it's just screws. New handlebars. I got in there a Pro Taper knockoff. I think I'm actually going to have to cut them down a little bit. They are pretty wide. But I got the seat on, I got the steering fixed, I got those little things painted. I've been meaning to do that since I built it. I do plan on building some running boards, but they're going to be the same as the 600, so I'm just going to do that off camera. But yeah, she should be ready to go. Hopefully we get some snow. I looked at the forecast for February. It's not looking too bad, so hopefully we get some good snow and we can make it up north a couple more times. Get some riding in. So hopefully we do that. If you guys want to see it, hit that subscribe button. If you like what I'm doing with the Phazer, hit the like button, and we'll see you guys next.